Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
We've got a fiery start at the Brick today. It's Montana State University. The Bobcats coming in at 9-13. They are 4-5 in Big Sky play. Meanwhile, the Portland State University Vikings come in at 13-8. They are 5-3 in conference action. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. Pleasure to be with you on this Saturday night. And Brian, kind of a weird start to the day and the game today.
Yeah, as we're sitting here with about 45 minutes on the clock, counting down till tip-off, the fire alarms go off, and they evacuate the building for probably 5 or 10 minutes. No big thing. Sounds like it was just a little malfunction, and we'll be ready to tip on time.
Yes, that's the most important thing. So tip-off is happening on time. If you're driving over to the game and tuned in right now, we are good to go. We're getting ready to go, and we'll tip off at 6:01 p.m., so no worries there. And, yeah, sounds like it was a false alarm, so all good to go. I think that one was a first for me. I've had some interesting delays. I've had a snake delay. I've had a skunk delay, squirrel delay. I've never had a firearm delay.
Yeah, that's a first for me too. But that it was funny how when the alarm started, both teams just kept warming up. Like literally not one person in the building even moved at all until they started ushering people out.
So, and a great job by the ushers and the staff here. They were quite on top of it. The radio call went out that it was at least not, it was a real one that we needed to walk out for, and all the ushers were great getting everybody out. So, good practice. Good to see everybody operating smoothly and calmly, and hopefully that is a harbinger of hot shooting to come for this Montana State team as they get ready to take on a Portland State squad that is having some of their best success in the last couple of years, the last really about 6 or 7 years, or even longer than that, and they are coming off a tough loss against Montana last time out. Now, they ended up losing by double figures, which is rare in this league, but in that game on Thursday night, it was pretty tight most of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was like an 8 to 12 point game for the majority of the game, but late, Brandon Whitney just went crazy, and all of a sudden they were down 15, 18, and then 20.
Yeah, and we're going to talk to head coach Matt Logie here in just a little bit. But, we spent a lot of time on Thursday talking about how stout this Portland State defense has been, and then they went out and gave up 92 points to Montana. Did they figure something out? Is it something the Bobcats can replicate in this game?
Yeah, they figured out how to make shots. I mean, honestly, Montana just hit everything they threw in. They had 2 guys who had less than 5 threes on the season combined for 4 made threes. So, you make shots. You make a defense look bad no matter how good they are.
Yeah, it's amazing how simple life can get when you start making some shots, and this is a Bobcat team that at times has made some shots and at times has not, and we'll see if they can get this thing going today. All right, let's dive into our Portland State feature here and break down why the Vikings are going to be in hot water today, brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979, your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. What do you got, Brian?
Well, we touched on it. Portland State defensively is number 1 in the league, 66 points per game in conference play. There's only 2 teams that did what Montana has done, and that is scored 70 points. 2 teams. They've played 8 conference games. Only 2 teams hit 70. That's pretty astounding. They're holding the opponents to 26% from behind the arc, and that's after Montana went absolutely crazy on Thursday night from behind the arc. They're winning on the rebounding battle. They're forcing 13-plus turnovers. Defensively is a very, very good basketball team. On the other end, though, where they differ from Thursday night in Sac State, their offense can catch fire. They are explosive. They can score in the 80s easily. High tempo, fast break, quick threes, attack the rim constantly. This is a team that's really good, and they're really balanced. They have 5 senior starters, all 5 averaging double figures. Just a really good ball club, a team that could very much make some noise come March in the Big Sky.
Yeah, they haven't made a ton of noise in the Big Sky since 2008, their last opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament after winning the Big Sky tournament. They also won the regular season and tournament title in the 04-05 season. Last year they looked pretty good at times. They ended up going 8-10 in conference play, 1 and done in the conference tournament, but it was their most wins overall since the 1920 season. So, they're starting to trend in the right direction. And Jace Coburn, 4th-year head coach for them, he's got something building slowly right now. It's not going to automatically flip overnight, but you do see the things with this program that are going in the right direction overall.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt the last 2 seasons have been step up. They've been playing better. They've got a little bit more talent. I think that they're challenged a little bit in depth with a few injuries in that. They're only dressing 9 tonight, it looks like. So that'll be interesting at altitude in Game 2 of the series.
And, you mentioned the depth isn't totally there, but they do have a lot of guys who have made improvements year over year. A guy like Isaiah Johnson, who's now averaging 11 points per game. He's really come on. Trayvon Minot, he didn't do a ton last year, but he's up at 8 points, 7 rebounds a game this year. So they certainly have some guys who are improving year over year, which is always a hallmark of a good coaching staff, and we'll see if Jace Coburn can get his first win in Bozeman ever. Has not won here in his first 3 seasons at the helm of the Vikings. All right, we're taking a break. More to get to later. We'll talk with head coach Matt Logie, and we'll let you know how the women did earlier today out in Portland as well. Back with more after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Honestly, it's like way easy.
We are back at the brick, getting set for Montana State and Portland State today. The Bobcats with an opportunity to get back to 500 today. And Brian, a win in this ball game against the Portland State team that started the weekend at 5-2. The Cats are opening up the second half of Big Sky play tonight. I mean, this is a big-time opportunity for Montana State to really say that, yes, things are moving in the right direction.
Yeah, without question. At this point in Big Sky play, halfway through, they don't have any wins over anybody above them in the standings. So that's something that you want to see, is you want to figure out how you start beating those teams, because that's who you got to beat in the semis and the finals in Boise in a month. So right now, this Portland State team opportunity with a win tonight, the Cats could move from 7th all the way to 5th and then be one game out of 3rd and have, like we said, a little momentum. They would have won 5 of 7, 4 of 5. Like, things would be moving in the right direction.
All of that after the 0-3 start in conference play for Montana State. But on the cusp of getting back to 500, but it's going to be a tall task today. Brian, let's dive in how the Bobcats can do this and get to our Kendall Ford keys to the game. What are your keys?
Well, number one, on offense, they've got to handle the pressure. Portland State's going to put a ton of ball pressure. They're going to get out in passing lanes and try and deny. Guys got to do a great job of creating leads, getting themselves open, making passes easy without just backing out toward mid-court. They got to be aware of Portland State's active hands. When you have the ball, they are constantly reaching in there trying to strip it away. And those ball handlers, Bryce Zephyr, Miller, and Mullins, are going to have to really handle the ball in the backcourt. Defensively, I would expect Montana State to pack the paint tonight. Portland State is shooting just 33% from 3. They are a team that is trying to attack the rim. They major in points in the paint and points at the basket. And so you pack the paint a little bit, make them execute, make them turn the offense over, make them go deep in the shot clock. That's not what they want to do. It'll be interesting, but I think if they do those two things, they actually could find a little separation in this ballgame.
There's a lot of opportunity for Montana State to find some separation. And, I mean, you look at the point margins throughout Big Sky play for the Bobcats right now. I mean, their largest loss of the 5 losses was the 7-point defeat at Montana. Other than that, their 3 of their 4 wins have been bigger wins, 9, 10, and 12 points on Thursday against Sacramento State. So that is something, if they can get a lead and open it up a little bit, that would be a hallmark of where this thing is at right now, and that should be the goal in a game like today.
Yeah, no question. At home, Portland State has never played well in Treasure State. You've got an opportunity to take a team who's on the second leg of a road trip. They don't have a ton of bodies to throw at you. So this is a game where, even though Portland State's the team that wants to play a tempo, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bobcats actually push tempo and see if you can put a little pressure on that defense. They play those starters a fair amount. You know, they're all averaging just in the high 20s, low 30s per game in minutes. So they don't want to go deep in the bench. They only have 4 guys dressed. Got to go after that.
Yeah, they've been missing Ishmael Habib, who's been out since November 30th. Hayden Curtis has been out for the last 2 weeks as well. And their point guard, Keon Myers, one of the great players in the league this year, transferring up from Division II Western Oregon. He's averaging 35 minutes per game in conference play. So we'll see if the Cats can get that running. And sounds like Montana State does have some added depth again today. Brian Garacki available in this ballgame. Don't know how much we'll see him play, but certainly nice to get Garacki back as we open up the month of February.
Yeah, without question. You absolutely want to have depth in the month of February going into March, and you want Brian Garacki to get going. He's capable. He's shown it. He had a great year last year. He was a preseason pick for all conference, and he just has not had the year he or the Cats thought he would be having.
Let's get to our Wheat Montana weather report. 35 degrees outside right now. It was hot. I got all the ice off my driveway. The whole sidewalk is clear. I'm ready to go. Obviously, we're about to get dumped with some snow, and it's going to get really cold on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. But, that felt like spring for a good 30 hours this weekend.
There's no doubt. It sure did. It felt great. Sun was out. Birds were chirping. No, birds weren't chirping, but sun was out.
I was chirping, and it was great. All right. Well, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some other Big Sky scores, and later we'll sit down with head coach Matt Logie. It's the Bobcats and the Vikings today. Montana State trying to open up February with a heck of a fight against one of the upstart programs around the conference. Portland State Vikings at 5-3, and the Bobcats at 4-5. All right, we're taking a break. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape for pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
We're back courtside at Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. It's Montana State and Portland State today. Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as we get ready for our tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. All right, let's get into some of the scores on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard today. Checking in on how the rest of the Big Sky is doing. We got a number of finals in the books. So Eastern Washington destroyed at Weber State today. They won 72-49. Andrew Cook, formerly from Carroll College, hung 27 points in Ogden. So Weber State really scuffling as Eastern Washington improves to 3-7. Weber sitting at 2-7, and Weber still has to come here. Idaho State wins at home against Idaho, 87-71. Dylan Darling put up 28 points in that ball game. And then Northern Colorado really asserting their dominance against Northern Arizona, winning 87-69. Northern Colorado is now 8-1. Northern Arizona falls to 4-5. Langston Reynolds led the way with 23 points. And Montana comfortably in front right now at home against Sacramento State. They're up 32. No, they are up 79-49 right now with 4.5 to play in the second half. So they are dominating that game. Looks like Montana's on their way to an 8-2 record. Northern Colorado sitting at 8-1. Northern Colorado does play on Monday, so we'll see how that shakes out for them. But that's what's going on around the league. And then checking in on the women, it is February 1st. Tricia Binford and Montana State women's basketball has 20 wins. 20 wins. They are 20-2, and they get the dub today with an 85-39 win against Portland State. Roy Bryan, that's just a wild number. I know Portland State's been down and they have struggled, but 85-39 is kind of obscene.
Well, and they finished the game on a 24-zip run, last 6 minutes and change. I mean, they're rolling, but it's all coming out Thursday night. People need to pack the brick.
Yes.
On Thursday night is NAU. One loss NAU, their only loss. Cats beat them down in Flag. They will tip off on Thursday night at 7. Be a great game.
That's going to be a big-time one. I know Bobcat fans will certainly show up and show out for that one. The Bobcats could end up taking a 2-game lead during the second week of February if they can get that win at home, but it is not going to be easy. NAU has done nothing but roll since they lost to Montana State a little bit earlier this year. All right, we're taking a break. On the other side of this timeout, we'll have a chance to sit down with head coach Matt Logie, and then we'll have our tip-off between the Bobcats and the Vikings. Montana State trying to get back to 500 today after that 0-3 start in conference play, but a prime chance to get back to even tonight. We'll take a break and come back with Coach Logie. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Howland believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Howland, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Back on the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Portland State at the Brick today. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. And, Coach, looking back at that last game, you know, that first half for Jabe Mullins looked like he was really kind of hunting some of his shot. What are you seeing from him right now as he continues to improve?
Yeah, I thought Jabe was really active on Thursday night, and it was great to see. You know, I think it started with his defensive intensity and effort. Kind of got him locked in and engaged, got his hands on a couple balls early, and then is continuing to you know, be more aggressive off the ball and hunting for his shooting opportunities, which he's very effective at. So again, just excited to see him continue to grow in that role, as kind of a secondary ball handler and continuing to give us that shooting that we need on the perimeter as well.
All right, well, let's get into this matchup today between the Bobcats and the Vikings. This is going to be an interesting one for Portland State. They've had statistically one of the best defenses in the conference. However, they gave up over 90 points last Thursday against Montana. How did the Grizzlies attack them and find some success against what's usually a very stout defense?
Well, they made a lot of shots. Portland State's defense has been really effective early in conference play because of their size around the rim and how active they are attacking the basketball and protecting the paint. To beat them, you've got to spread them out and you've got to make shots. Montana was able to do that. Some of the early opponents were not. And so, if we can move the ball, be patient to continue working for that great shot, and then read, when they do collapse and attack the basketball and just make the simple, easy pass, we feel like we can get really great shots, throughout possessions.
Well, this is also a Portland State team that has gotten a lot of great shots, thanks in part to Keaton Myers, their point guard, who is tops in the conference at almost 7 assists per game. What's Myers doing? How's he orchestrating this offense right now?
Yeah, well, number one, he's got the ball in his hands a lot. He uses a lot of ball screens, and he's constantly looking for his bigs, who are big threats rolling to the rim. And then with Henderson shooting the ball the way he is, giving them an option on the perimeter when teams collapse on the roll. He does a good job of using his size at 6'5" at the point guard position to kind of see over the defense and see those weak side shooting opportunities. So I think the one thing that's a little bit unique about his playmaking is it also comes with a high rate of turnovers at almost 5 a game as well. And so if you can be active on the basketball, have active hands, he's shown that he'll turn it over some too.
You mentioned the size inside. Trayvon Minot, 6'9", 245, the South Carolina transfer. He was a little quiet for them last year, but he's really come on this season. What's Minot doing in there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he's 6'9". He's more like 6'11" to me. He's got a 9-foot standing reach. The kid worked really hard in the offseason, dropped about 30 pounds, and you're seeing him be much more effective because of it. So obviously, great rim protector, but also a lob threat, in ball screen and penetration situations, and that can be a tough thing to deal with if you don't plan for it properly.
And then the other guy with him in the front court, Terry Miller, coming off a phenomenal 25-point performance on Thursday for them. What's Miller doing, this Fresno, California native?
Yeah, Terry's he's just a big body, wide load, but has great hands. Just huge paws. He can grab that thing with his left hand and palm it and skip it across to open teammates or get to his left-handed jump hook. Ironically, on the perimeter, he shoots threes right-handed, but everything around the basket is left-handed. So that goes to show just what type of hands and feet he has, and kind of for a big body player. Has good nimble feet as well. So again, somebody that you've got to make uncomfortable, and very similar to Jacob Holt, somebody that can really kind of be the point of their offensive attack from the inside out.
All right, an ambidextrous challenge in the front court today. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we've got our starting lineups and tip-off between the Bobcats and the Vikings from the Brick. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One hand slam. That was a hammer. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
It's been anything but easy over the last year and a half for this Bobcat men's basketball program, but through it all, the effort, the energy, and the want-to has stuck around. And through the valleys, the Bobcats have found themselves starting to climb up, and maybe, just maybe, they're getting back up to the ridge and building themselves up for a special run through February and March. But if they're going to do that, they've got to take care of business on the home floor today as we get set for the Montana State University Bobcats, coming in at 4-5 in conference play, but they've won 4 of their last 6 after the tough start, while the Portland State Vikings are sitting at 13-8. They are 5-3 in Big Sky play and trying to get a Treasure State-sized monkey off their back. They have struggled mightily in Montana since joining the Big Sky Conference. Just 10 wins and 45 losses in the state of Montana since they joined the Big Sky. Before our tip-off, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as we get set for our tip-off between the Bobcats and the Vikings. So starting lineups for Jace Coburn, the fourth-year head coach at Portland State. Keon Myers is the point guard. Jalen Henderson is their leading scorer. Isaiah Johnson, Terry Miller, and Trayvon Minot in the front court. For the Bobcats, Bryce Zephyr, Tyler Patterson, Max Ogbong Polo in the backcourt, Brandon Walker, Sam Lecolot in the front court. The ball is tossed in the air. The tip is knocked out of bounds, and it is Portland State ball. And here we go between the Bobcats and the Vikings. Brian, this is going to be a good one today.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game. Two teams that pride themselves by playing great defense, but also believe themselves to be explosive on the offensive end.
So Portland State with a basketball to our right. The top point guard in the league, Keaton Myers, who leads the conference at almost 7 assists per game, throws to Henderson over on the right wing. Toss to Johnson in the right corner, second year with the Vikings program. Pivoting around to the mid-post, puts up a high arcing jumper. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Miller. Pump fake up, floats it home with the left hand. Terry Miller, his first 2 points, coming off a career-high 25 on Thursday in Missoula.
Yeah, he played really well in Missoula. Shot the perimeter jump shot, which is not something he's done a lot of, but also finished around the basket and shows that skill right there.
Bobcats with the ball to our left. It's given up to Brandon Walker, sit at 1,000 career points after his 15-point game on Thursday. 8 to shoot. Walker up at the top. Now 5. Walker on the drive into the lane, leans in, got blocked, and it's recovered by the Vikings. Minot with the swat in the front court. Vikings setting it up into the lane. Handoff underneath. Minot got stuffed. Sam Lecolot with the deny, and then Minot picks up the loose ball and hooks it home. That was a good defensive play, but Minot finished off after the offensive rebound.
Yeah, and both Viking baskets now in and around the paint, which is what they are majoring in. Points in the paint on the season is a big stat for their success.
They only hit 6 threes per game in Big Sky play. Moving it around, Ogbong Polo up the top. Skip out to the left wing for Lecolot. Works his way down to the baseline with 8 to shoot. Back out to Ogbong Polo, 6. Ogbong Polo with the ball, 5. Throws to Walker, 3. Steps to his right, gets into the lane, goes to the cup, and lays it home with the left hand at the end of the shot clock. What patience, what touch. Brandon Walker puts in the first field goal for the Bobcats.
Great decision by B. Walk. He could have shot the 3, but instead attacks Minot off the bounce, finishes with the left hand. Big bucket.
Myers lobs it down. Minot makes the catch, but is fouled. Ogbong Polo leapt up and hit him in the arm. An easy call. First foul on Ogbong Polo. Portland State in the green road uniforms with the white type and numbers on the front and the back. Vikings written in block letters across the chest. It is the Pack the Place in Pink game today, supporting the fight against breast cancer. Bobcats wearing white jerseys with a pink trim. Miller hooks it up. That's short, and Walker has the loose ball. Walker and Ogbong Polo teamed up on the defense. Montana State with the ball down 4-2, 17:45 to go first half. Ogbong Polo turns, hooks, it's rimming and through. From the middle of the lane, Max Ogbong Polo with his first 2 points today after he had a dozen on Thursday.
And all 8 points for both teams in the paint. Big time opportunity. Bobcats got to keep that consistent throughout.
Runner is up and short, but a foul is called as Keaton Myers was driving to the rack. A couple of Bobcats were in the area. And it's Bryce Zephyr who is tagged for his first foul. Keaton Myers, a fourth-year senior out of Fresno, California, signed coming up from Division II Western Oregon, where he was a very, very good player despite some injuries last year limiting his season. And now his first and only year, for now, at the Division I level, depending on how some lawsuits play out. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists per game. First free throw, no good.
I think there's a good chance we're going to see Keaton Myers next year, but he's had a tremendous coming out party in league play.
Second free throw is good. Bobcats with the ball down by 1. I think one of the great subplots, storylines of the transfer portal era is seeing some of these Division II NAIA kids come up to the D1 level and have some success, like Myers, like Andrew Cook over at Eastern Washington. Bounce pass down to the left block. Walker back to the basket against Minot. 2 big bodies into the post. Hook shot up, left it short, and the rebound grab by Portland State. That is a bruising battle in the front court right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch all night. I don't know that Minot can play the extended minutes that Brandon Walker can, but boy, when they're in there together, it's going to be physical.
Miller hands it off out of the left wing. Henderson pestered by Zephyr. Turns the corner, and his pass knocked away by Zephyr and picked up by Lecolot. Bobcats force the turnover. MSU down by 1 with the ball, 16:40 to go first half. Tyler Patterson bobbled it, and Zephyr able to save that loose ball. Handoff out on the right wing. Ogbong Polo curls to the free throw line, and the jumper swirls home. Next, Ogbong Polo's got the touch tonight for early points. Cats lead 6-5, 16:20 to go first half.
Boy, and when Max gets going early, I always feel like his offense benefits tremendously. He's got 4 quick ones tonight. Got 1 around the rim, got a jump shot, off and running.
Miller down to the paint, turns, pump fake, up, blocked, fouled. Boy, he had about 3 or 4 white jerseys around him. And it'll be Sam Lecolot who picks up the first foul. Terry Miller, the transfer from Louisiana Tech. He came over with the leading scorer now, Jalen Henderson. They were teammates over there. And Terry Miller has been scalding hot as of late.
Yeah, he is playing really good basketball the last 2 weeks especially. He was tremendous at Missoula. He was great last week against Weber State and Idaho State as he found a way to get his team a couple of wins.
First free throw is good. Terry Miller moved into the starting lineup 7 games ago. This is 8th straight start. Has scored 14 points, has 6.5 rebounds per game in that span. And now Patrick McMahon checks back in after setting a new career high in each of his last 2 games. Let's see if he can get going a little bit early. And Miller knocks down the free throw. You know, the point about Pat McMahon we mentioned where he likes to see how the game is kind of flowing. I actually heard him tell the same exact story on the Arizona State game earlier today. One of the star players for Arizona, he likes to see how the game gets into a rhythm, and he really rose up since he started coming off the bench. Pat McMahon with the basketball to the right elbow, works his way into the lane, steps through 2 defenders, lays it up and got it to go. Pat McMahon announces his presence with authority to start the day.
Yeah, and it's good to see the Cats just run a set right to him, give him an opportunity to go to work, give him an ISO from the high post, and he makes a finish.
Isaiah Johnson underneath lays it up, and that is good as Ogbong Polo went down hard. Isaiah Johnson got it to fall. Ogbong Polo kind of got his leg cut out from underneath him, and that led to a tough tumble. Zephyr down on the left block, throws out to Walker. Takes it into the paint, had it knocked free. It's loose. He dives on the floor and saves it to Ogbong Polo. What an effort. Walker's got it back out to the left wing. Up to the top, Ogbong Polo. Everybody around the perimeter right now. 8 to shoot. Ogbong Polo crosses over, kicks it out. Here's Zephyr now along the left baseline, gets in deep, got blocked from behind, recovered, goes back up with the left hand, and is able to finish. First 2 points for Bryce Zephyr.
Boy, Cats shooting 62%, Portland State shooting 50%. The offense is in high gear in both ends.
Here's a 3, and it's good. Keaton Meyer in rhythm. And he knocks it down only at 28% from down there, but that one looked pure.
Yeah, and he was hot in Missoula, so he's felt good all road trip.
Montana State trailing by 2 with the ball. Patterson off the screen. Bricks the jumper at the free throw line. He said he got hit on the elbow, which is why that shot was so off the mark. Now Henderson drops it off. Isaiah Johnson draws a foul as he gets into the paint. Patterson furrows his brow, but it was Bryce Zephyr who got tagged for the foul. That's 2 early fouls now on Bryce Zephyr, just about 5.5 minutes into this ball game. All right, this one setting up well. This is as entertaining as we expected. We're taking a break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 14 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first half. Vikings lead the Bobcats 12-10. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Open your new Stockman Bank account anytime, anywhere with online account opening. Now, you can open an account in minutes on your laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. It's convenient, simple, and secure. Open your new account today at stockmanbank.com. Then, add our online and mobile banking services so you can manage your money when, where, and how you want. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Member FDIC.
Intermountain Health, with 2 clinic locations in Bozeman, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position with 14:28 to go in the first half. Vikings leading the Bobcats 12-10. Brian, this one's been fun to start.
Yeah, great start offensively. Both teams shooting right around 56% from the field. Only 1 3-pointer taken thus far. Portland State knocked that down. Myers made his lone 3 attempt. Cats are leading points in the paint, 10-6. That's That's a number you probably don't expect no matter how long this game goes on, but the more it can keep that way, the better off.
Portland State ready to inbound it on the right sideline in their own offensive zone. B.J. Cawley checking in early here. Jed Miller in as well. Bryce Zephyr just picked up his second foul. I don't know. This one might be another new combination for Coach Logie with this 5 on the floor, which I'll reset in a second. First, though, Miller left open at the top for 3, and it's good. Can't do that right now to Terry Miller, who knocked down 3 threes on Thursday. But it's Miller, Ogbonkpolo, Mullins, McMahon, and Cawley on the floor for the Bobcats. Miller out on the left wing. Crosses down toward the baseline, has to throw it back up to the top. Here's Ogbonkpolo. Eyes up, surveying at the top, takes it down to the left block and draws a bump and foul. Little hip check from Isaiah Johnson. I don't think the officials want to hear anything from either head coach today. They have already kind of thrown the hand up and said that's enough.
Yeah, they have, and they've really been letting them play for the most part, I would say. Right there, that one was a little bit late, and I think that got Coach Coburn fired up.
There's not much that it takes to get Coburn fired up, one of the more animated head coaches in the conference. Miller bounce down to the left baseline. B.J. Cawley hands off for Jay Mullins. He looks to pass. Takes it to the mid-post, 5 to shoot. Now posting up, back to the basket. Works his way into the lane, turns, righty hook. That's good. That's a great play by Jay Mullins. We have not seen that type of shot from him much this season.
Yeah, and for the second game in a row, he comes out aggressive on the offensive end, looking to score baskets early. And that's not something he was doing back in early January.
Into the left corner, Isaiah Johnson turns into the paint, and we got a whistle before the shot. A foul is called, and it is Max Ogbonkpolo who just picked up his second. So Zephyr and Ogbonkpolo now with a pair of fouls. The Cats getting into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, and the Cats haven't had a lot of foul trouble this season in general, but two pretty key guys, especially against this lineup. Max can move to the 4, gives you a ball handling 4, and the more ball handlers you can put on the floor against the Vikings, the better.
Miller lost it out of bounds, tipped free by B.J. Cawley. And here comes Brian Garacki, who's missed the last couple of games with an ankle injury. Good to see Garacki get back out there. And at some point, that man's taken off, and he's going to be back to the all-conference level we expect.
Without question. There's no doubt. It's just a matter of when, not if, and the Cats would love to see that sooner than later.
Portland State with the ball and a 3-point lead to our right. We approach the 13-minute mark of the first half. Miller trapped after picking up his dribble on the left baseline, jumps through, whistles, and traveled. Step through, and the Bobcats forced the turnover.
Yeah, I like the double team on Miller. Not something he's used to seeing, and when guys aren't used to seeing double teams, they make mistakes. And right there, he commits the second Viking turnover.
Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. 15-12, the Vikings leading. 12:55 to go, first half. Cats with the ball to our left, with the home white. It's outlined in pink today. Out to the right wing, down to the baseline. Pat McMahon, pump fake, kicks it out. Garacki, open, top side 3. Book it. Welcome back, Brian Garacki.
Cats will absolutely take that. Get Brian Garacki going in February. Should be a mantra somewhere.
That one ties it up at 15 apiece. 12:30 to go, first half. Farrell up at the top. Hands off for Myers on the right wing. Crosses over. Moving to his right, picked up by Cawley. Myers drives down to the right block. Help defense, drop off on the pass, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it's Bobcat ball. Boy, that's some good work by B.J. Cawley staying with Myers, knowing he had that help defense on the baseline.
Yeah, and what you're seeing is depth. Montana State has gone already 10 deep here in the early going. Portland State just 6 deep as we start this ball game, and that depth is quality depth. You see it right there. Portland State back-to-back turnovers. The Cats have made 5 of their last 7.
Miller crossing over, picks it up at the elbow and throws it out to Garacki. Out to the right wing for Pat McMahon, makes a contested catch. Probing down to the right block, leans in, banks off the glass, no. Tipped by Cawley to McMahon. The Bobcats have the offensive rebound. Around to the right corner. Garacki steps up for 3. In and out, good looking shot, did not fall.
Good look right there. Love the ball movement and the offensive rebound by Pat McMahon.
With the help from B.J. Cawley, who's putting in some good minutes right now. 11:30 to go, first half in a tie game between the Bobcats and the Vikings. A pivotal February 1st matchup of the Big Sky. Cole Farrell, contested 3, airballed it. Pat McMahon grabs the rebound. McMahon up to Mullins. Then to Miller at the top, into the elbow. Cawley hands it off for Mullins. He's open off the screen. Missed the 3. Long rebound grab to Pat McMahon. The Bobcats reset. Miller turns left around the screen, throws underneath. McMahon got blocked, makes the catch on the loose ball. Back up, blocked again, and then foul. Staying with it, and Pat McMahon will have a pair of free throws after we head to a timeout. Boy, we got a high-level ball game today between the Bobcats and the Vikings and two of the more fiery young coaches around the Big Sky Conference. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. 11:07 to go in the first half. Montana State and Portland State tied at 15. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be a guest at one of our locations soon, and we'll be back there on Tuesday night for the next episode of Cat Chat, starting at 6:30 p.m. We got a bunch of great giveaways that you can only grab in person through the free raffle we do at the Ribbon Chop House every week on Tuesday nights. 11:07 to go, first half. Bobcats and Vikings tied at 15. Brian, what are you seeing?
I see a team that's playing aggressive and assertive, that's gone 10 deep, that looks like they believe they expect to come in here tonight and beat Portland State. I love what we're seeing. Good contributions by Brian Garacki coming off the bench. Pat McMahon's coming off playing really well. So I love the attitude and where we're going with it. Just got to now do this for the next 30 minutes.
Pat McMahon hits his first free throw. The splits between the first half and the second half are pretty crazy for him lately since he's gotten hot, as that second free throw rims out and falls off to the left side. Last 4 games, he's averaged 13.5 points per second half alone, and in that time in those 4 games, 7 total points in the first half. So we'll see if we just tell him it's the second half. Maybe he'll get going. Into the lane, handoff underneath, contested catch. Minot has to throw it out. Good job by the Cats to just collapse. Noel, right wing 3. That's no good. Long rebound, tracked down with the Bobcats. Good defensive set.
Bobcats are moving and rotating quickly. They're taking away easy looks.
Garacki takes the pass out of the left wing. It's moved around to the right corner. McMahon pumps the 3. Instead, it's thrown around to the left wing. Here's Garacki. That 3 ball's no good, and the Vikings have the rebound.
Good ball movement right there. Garacki had a good look, just unable to connect.
Montana State, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. All three-point field goals sponsored by Wendy's. To the free throw line. Myers got blocked by Mullins, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Bobcats. It'll stay with the Vikings, but that is terrific one-on-one defense by Jay Mullins.
Yeah, and one of the things you've seen Myers take advantage of the last 2 weeks has been little guards.
Yep.
He's gone against small guards. Now all of a sudden, Jay Mullins looks him eye to eye. You're going to have guys like Bryce Zephyr looking him eye to eye, so he's not going to have that height advantage when he drives. Going to have to finish with contested shots.
Yeah, he's 6'5". He is long and rangy. 3 seconds to shoot. Meyer has the ball. Turnaround jumper at the elbow is good. Wow, that I mean, tip of the cap at the end of the shot clock. Keaton Myers, 6 points in the first half.
Yeah, nice shot. 8 lead changes in 10 minutes thus far.
There were 2 very tight games between these 2 teams last year as well. Bounce pass up to the top. B.J. Cawley throws to Miller on the right wing. Probes his pass, tipped out of bounds with 9 to shoot. Yeah, the 2 games last year, 24 combined lead changes and 15 ties. The 2 games were decided by a total of 8 points.
That's truly incredible. And tonight you have had 8 lead changes and 3 ties already. So right on cue.
5 to shoot. Garacki in the left corner. Rises, fires, connects. Brian Garacki with some rhythm. He's got a pair of Wendy's 3-pointers in the first half.
Yeah, and the fact he's gotten 4 shots off early, I like that. Giving him being aggressive, giving himself a chance to contribute.
Puts Montana State up 19-17 with 9:10 to go in the first half. Kick out to the right wing. Noel, jab step, gets himself into the paint to the restricted area, leans in, lays it, no, tip back, no. Third offensive opportunity, Minot got it up and in with a baby hook off the left hand. Couple of offensive rebounds converted that time by Trayvon at Minot. We're tied again, 19 all. 8:50 to go first half. Pat McMahon works his way down to the right baseline. And then had it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Montana State. 8:41 to go in the first half. Again, tied at 19. Brandon Walker in. B.J. Cawley off. More good minutes from B.J. Cawley. You wonder if he's kind of on the John Olmstead path from a year ago.
That would be fantastic for Montana State. But he had great contribution late in the second half on Thursday night. And then he's had a really nice start here today.
McMahon off the inbounds pass. Knocks down a little 5-foot jumper. Boy, he rises so high in the air when he gets that true traditional jump shot off. The Cats have a 21-19 lead with 8:30 to go first half. Into the lane, Henderson got stripped by Jed Miller. And then a foul by Minot coming the other way. First foul on Minot. And how about Jed Miller doing all the little things? That Sac State game on Thursday, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and we see an early steal tonight from Miller.
Yeah, tremendous play. He's having a little bit of trouble keeping Henderson or Myers in front of him, but right there he makes up for it with a little poke away and then recovery, and then better yet, draws the foul on Minot, who's the guy who's been playing really well lately, but has a tendency to get foul trouble.
He's got 4 points tonight, Minot does. Here's Pat McMahon down to the right block. Those out to Miller. Lob to Walker near the free throw line. Around to McMahon. He's open. Right wing 3. Bring it up. Pat McMahon pats his chest. Well deserved. Having a big first half finally for Patrick McMahon. Cats up 5.
Well, if he puts up his 13 in the second half, he's going to be in 25-point range tonight.
He's up to 8 already. A free throw line jumper by Henderson's no good. Good closeout and box out by Brandon Walker to grab the rebound. Montana State with the ball on a 5-point advantage. 7:40 to go in the first half with a stoppage coming at the next whistle. Walker at the free throw line. Throws to Mullins on the right wing. Turns around to screen. Throws back to Miller on the right side. Down to the right baseline. Brandon Walker one-on-one. Had it poked away. Recovered by Pat McMahon. 7 to shoot. McMahon out on the right wing 5. Working his way down on Johnson 4. Had it knocked out of bounds with 2.1 seconds on the shot clock. Bryce Zephyr coming in with the 2 fouls. And the Bobcats will have to draw up something special after this timeout. 7:21 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Portland State 24-19. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you. Member FDIC. 7 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats leading the Vikings 24-19. Brian, in a lot of ways, the Bobcats have really been the aggressors tonight.
Yeah, and we saw it on Thursday night, the bench point differential. Well, tonight it's 16-zip, and we're only 13 minutes into this ball game. So Montana State has done the deal being deep. They've gone to the bench. Guys are making plays. Garaki's already got 6 off the bench. McMahon's got 8 off the bench. Mullins with the deuce. So Montana State's depth is what's showing up here in the first half. And that should only be accentuated as you move into the later stages of the second game of a 2-game weekend.
Bryce Zephyr back in there with the 2 personal fouls. Right now, Ogmont Polo has a pair of fouls as well. Pat McMahon with 8 points tonight, and Bobcats going to have to hurry here. They've got 2.1 seconds on the shot clock. They're inbounding from the right corner in their own offensive zone. Jay Mullins gets it into Garacki, turns, fires from deep, and it's short, airballed it, and the Bobcats turn it over on the shot clock violation.
Yeah, it's all right, though. You got a good look. You got an open look. It was deep, but you got an open look from a really good shooter with a 2-second shot clock to work with, and now you just buckle up and get a stop.
Another great crowd here tonight. Bobcats coming off their best crowd of the year, 3,200 against Sac State on Thursday night. Noel triggers a right corner 3, and that's good. Shane Noel pouring it home.
And the Vikings shooting a little better from 3 than in most nights. Those percentages have a tendency to even out, but they're 3 for 5, 60% right now.
Montana State with the ball, a 2-point advantage. 6:45 to go first half. Zephyr bounces it out. It's around to Garacki in the right corner. He drives, pump fake at the right block, gives it off to Walker, picks up the dribble. Walker gives to McMahon, 5 to shoot. McMahon in that deep right corner gets bailed out with a foul. Kelsey Phipps, his first. That's a big old bailout call.
Boy, that is a big save, but part of that is drawn because McMahon's aggressiveness in the first few minutes and continuing on till now, and that's led the officials to look at him a little bit differently.
And moving the basketball. They were still moving the ball late in that shot clock. So 20 on the shot clock now. Zephyr throws it out to Garacki, and he makes the catch straddling the half-court line, but he's good to go. Up to Walker at the top. He takes it down to the right block. Whistle, and they call blocking foul. Oh, that official was setting up to set it the other way, but it was definitely a block.
Yeah, no doubt about that. If he'd called a charge right there,
yeah,
Coach Logie would have got a technical because that was just an easy call. Get excited about it. But again, the Bobcats going to the paint. They're getting aggressive. They're up right now, 14-8 points in the paint. They are getting to the rim, and that's making a big difference.
That was the 5th team foul now on Portland State. Garacki collects, triggers a 3. That's no good off the backboard, and the Vikings have the rebound. Myers cruises into the front court to set it up now, coming off a 28-point game on Thursday, his Division I career high. Up to Miller at the top. Back to Myers. Round to the left wing. Phipps pivoting. Throws to Myers at the top. 8 to shoot. Into the left corner. Phipps thought about a 3. 4 to shoot. Now takes the contested shot, and it's good. Kelsey Phipps knocks it home. His first 3. And Portland State draining it from deep in the early going. Their 4th 3 of the first half.
Yeah, and that's just not super common, but that's a 10th lead change already. This game is back and forth.
25-24, Vikings leading with 5:35 to go first half. Zephyr, his pass, cross court, knocked out of bounds by Isaiah Johnson across the baseline. Max Ogmont-Polo will come in with 2 personal fouls now. Bryce Zephyr playing well with the foul trouble.
Yeah, and Zephyr's got to give some minutes here without picking up a foul. Jed Miller needed the break. You could tell he was gassed when he came out a couple minutes ago.
Montana State to inbound. Zephyr into Miller, left corner, triggers a 3, got it. Jabe Mullins for three. Bobcats retake the lead up 27-25. 5:25 to go first half. All three-pointers sponsored by Wendy's.
What a fantastic ball game thus far. Both teams throwing punches.
Myers inside, and he picks up the foul on Bryce Zephyr. So Bryce Zephyr just picked up his third. Myers was able to finish as well, so he's going to the line trying to complete a three-point play.
Yeah, and that's just a tough play. You're matched up against a guy who's really aggressive going to the rim, and because of his height, he can jump into people and hold that ball high, create contact. There he's able to finish and get the end one.
Myers knocks it down, so he's got 9 points today. Averages 10 a game, but that's continued to rise over the last couple of ball games. Bobcats with the ball from right to left. Jed Miller is going to be logging a lot of minutes with that foul trouble for Zephyr tonight. Up to Walker at the top, hand off for Miller. Moves left at the wing, gives it to Walker, slip into the free throw line. Spins in on Miller, leans in with the right hand off the glass, no good, and the Vikings have the rebound. Myers surveys with a standing dribble, curls to the top, to the free throw line. Blocked by Walker. We got a whistle and a jump ball. Good job by Brandon Walker. The Bobcats will get the possession back, trailing by one as B.J. Cawley comes in with 4:46 to go in the first half.
Yeah, really good stop right there. And that's where Myers is so hard to guard, because as soon as he gets a bit of an angle, he moves into you as a defender. And so you back up, and that creates more space for him. Just he's a crafty player who's got size and length to go with quickness.
It's quite a talent to be stashed away at Division II the last 3 years. Jay Mullins turns, alley-oops it, and it is knocked free and stolen by Portland State. Out to the left side, Myers going to the cup, and he got blocked and a late foul. Cawley and Miller were there, and the Boo Birds will come raining down as B.J. Cawley gets hit with his first.
Yeah, and I think the biggest complaint right there is going to be that it's not his call. That's a trail official on a weak side calling a play 50 feet away. He's supposed to be watching the top of the key.
First free throw is good. 10 points now for Myers. This official doesn't look like he wants to have anything to do with the complaining or the working it from both head coaches tonight. Logie walks away. Myers comes up short on the free throw, and Pat McMahon has the rebound. This one's going to get testy tonight. There's 4:22 to go in the first half. There is some juice flowing at the brick. Bobcats trailing by 2 of the ball. Miller out of the right sideline. Shuffles out to the wing. Takes it down to the right block. Tries a jumper. Oh, and it's good. Found his spot. Said, sure, I'll collect those 2 points. First deuce for Jed Miller.
And that's important. Jed's got to be able to take some scoring load. He can't just be a facilitator against a team like Portland State, or they'll just play passing lanes all night.
6th tie of the ball game. It's 29 all. 3:50 remaining first half. Myers gets ahead of steam, kicks it out. Isaiah Johnson tries a three. No good. Offensive board, Minot blocked. B.J. Cawley with the swat. Picked up by Portland State. Back up and in. And it was Shane Noel who picked up that loose ball after the Cawley block and finish with a left hand.
Cawley's got a couple blocks. And the Cats with 3 already on the night.
B.J. Cawley, is this his coming out party tonight? Jed Miller up at the top. Gives it to Ugbong Polo. Triggers the left wing three. That's no good. Mullins tracks down the rebound. Bobcats go back to work. Ugbong Polo on the left wing. Crosses over down to the left baseline. Back to the basket. Into the middle of the lane. Cawley drives, lays it, and draws the foul. That's a big one. Trayvon Minot just picked up his second, and B.J. Cawley will be heading to the line. B.J. Cawley is clearly a guy who's got an opportunity to be a great player. He's played 7 minutes today and starting to make his impact felt. We'll step aside. 3:09 to go first half. Vikings leading the Bobcats 31-29. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
Serving all your garage door needs, SoreTech is raising the door on quality. 3:09 to go in the first half. Vikings leading the Bobcats 31-29. We are at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Brian, on the YouTube Behind the Mic stream, Montana Farboard 24 said, seems like Portland State is just throwing themselves at the Cats in hopes of drawing a foul. Sometimes it kind of does feel that way.
Yeah, no, and that's what good players do. You get into the paint and you draw contact and then try and finish. I mean, we've seen Pat McMahon doing that for the last couple of games, and it's been highly successful. Portland State does it really well. None better than Quinn Myers.
You know, Portland State, they hit 12.5 free throws per game. That's relatively average, but only knocking down 64% of their free throws. So that number is low, and their free throw makes should certainly be higher. And if they ever start figuring that out, look out for this offense, which is already averaging 79 points a game.
Yeah, and generally they're not a great jump shooting team, right? 33 from three. They shoot 64 from the free throw line. Where they make their money is in and around the basket. But you're absolutely right. If they're a team that starts shooting closer to 70% from the free throw line, they are going to be scary offensively.
And they're also +4 in the rebounding margin in Big Sky play. B.J. Culley misses the first free throw, lines up the second, and knocks it down. The Bobcats trailing against Portland State 31-30, 3:05 to go in the first half. The Bobcats trying to maintain some dominance against the Vikings. They just lost their first game against Portland State for the first time in 4 years last year as Tyler Patterson got in with a jump ball tying up Myers. Portland State will maintain the possession underneath the basket.
Yeah, and we were talking pregame, pack the paint. Myers is driving in there, and Tyler Patterson clogs that gap. Now, if Myers looks to the wing, he's got Noel wide open, but he's so focused on getting to the rim that he doesn't do it, and the Bobcats are able to force the tie-up.
Myers to inbound with 2:58 to go in the first half. The Vikings with a 31-30 lead. Inbounds pass coming. Toss into the left corner, the catch is made. Noel sets it up. Has the dribble against McMahon. Throws out to the left wing. Miller tries a three. That's no good. And Jed Miller grabs the rebound. So missed by Terry Miller. Jed Miller has the board. Bobcats with the ball, down by one. 2:38 to go first half. Jed Miller lobs into the post and off the mark. Turned over by Montana State. Boy, B.J. Culley is in. It's almost like everybody just wants to throw a lob.
Yeah, 2 Bobcat turnovers now, just trying to throw lobs to B.J. Culley.
Myers misses a runner. Miller picks up a crafty rebound. Throws to Patterson, who's open. His three. It's good. Tyler Patterson from the right wing. His first three of the day. The 251st of his career. 4th all-time at Montana State.
Good fast break offense right there for the Cats.
Miller inside against B.J. Culley lays it up and home. Terry Miller now showing his inside game, 8 points.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's just back and forth. Incredible pace to this game. Fun atmosphere.
Miller rises, fires, misses a left wing three off the heel of the iron. Vikings with a rebound. Noel throws to the left wing. Into the lane, Henderson lost it, and the Bobcats pick it up. B.J. Culley had the active hands. Here comes Montana State. Slowing it down now in the front court, out to Ogbonk Polo. Into the lane, whistle, and a charge. Oh, no, the third foul on Max Ogbonk Polo. Oh, that's a tough call. And Ogbonk Polo joined Zephyr with a trio of personal fouls today.
Wow, that's You know, most coaches don't like to put guys in with 2, and Matt Logie's no exception to that. But the fact that you risk a couple guys for just a couple minutes to try and stem the tide, and both of them happen to pick up a foul is crazy. Some of that is your opponent's just the type of team that creates those opportunities.
Vikings with the ball in a tie game, 33 apiece. 1:20 remaining first half. Myers gets inside, lays it up, no, put back. And we got a whistle and an offensive foul. Miller came flying in with a push. Terry Miller picks up the foul. 7th team foul now. So the Bobcats get to walk the length of the floor and head to the stripe. They're going to go double check who the shooter is at the monitor, but the Bobcats will be heading up to the line.
Yeah, for the Bobcats, they'd love for that to be Jed Miller, and he was in the mix there. There's a decent chance that he could be that guy, and if he were the guy, that's going to be 2 good ones for Montana State.
All right, they're going to take a look at that now, and we'll see who the free throw is going to be taken by. Bobcat basketball is brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics. From your seat at the game to your driver's seat, enjoy every minute. When you're ready for something new, get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. So they are going back and looking at the monitor right now, and we'll see who has the free throw.
Yeah, I saw the replay up on the big board. It definitely looks like it has a chance to be Jed Miller, but if they look a little bit close,
it is Miller.
I think they're going to wonder whether they should have blown the whistle. There was no contact hardly at all.
No.
Jed may have drawn that with a little Oscar-worthy effort, but big play nonetheless.
Yeah, you can say it definitively. The Cats got a break there. I wonder how the officials do feel when they go back to the monitor and they see that and they're like, oops, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I've made a mistake before.
Some mistakes cost the team points.
First free throw by Jed Miller is good. Yes, bad grammar has not cost anybody bad points.
No. The announcer's free throw jinx never cost anyone point. Oh, wait.
That's not a thing. Miller puts it up, puts it home. 4 points for Jed Miller. If only our words had that power, Brian.
If only. 24-6 right now, bench points. Bobcats are getting it done with the guys coming in and reinforcing the starters.
70 seconds to go in the first half. Cats have taken a 35-33 lead. Myers dribbling around on the left wing, throws up to Miller. Closed out by Lecolot. Miller to the right wing, turns into the lane, leans in with the left hand, missed it. Pat McMahon with a rebound. Boy, he had a clear path. Cats got away with one. McMahon into the lane, swarmed, kick out. Patterson triggers it, got it. Tyler Patterson, the right wing three. Boy, that was a fast release. And Montana State has a 5-point lead. Lob into the post. Miller makes the catch. Goes up, blocked. Lecolot turned it away. All right, now you got about an 8-second differential between the shot and game clocks. 5-point advantage for Montana State with 31 seconds to go in the first half and a chance to extend their largest lead of the day. This right now is one of the key stretches of this ball game.
Yeah, Cats 9-2 over the last 2.5 minutes, and that's a big moment to get a little bit of a cushion. Nothing that you're going to write home to tell mom about, but nonetheless, up 5 with 30 seconds to go and the ball.
I mean, this is just so important. Yeah, it's only 5 right now, but you have the ball. You know this game is going to be tight. It's been 13 lead changes 7 times. Sometimes it's only that 7-2 run, that 10-2 run, something along those lines at the end of a half that can really change the complexion of an entire game that's being played so evenly. Confusion on the substitution here with 31 seconds left in the first half, 23 seconds on the shot clock. Bobcats 35, Vikings 33.
Yeah, these are a couple of big possessions. Both teams are going to get an offensive chance here. If the Cats could convert and get a stop, going up 7 or 8. For Portland State, you're thinking, let's get this to a one-possession game with a stop and a score.
All right, B.J. Culley did get in with a late substitution, so he's joined with Miller, Garacki, Patterson, and McMahon. Into Miller. They'll burn it down a little bit. Again, an 8-second differential between the shots and game clocks. Miller holding up the top. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Moves to his right. 10 to shoot. Miller turns to the right wing. 9. Miller left around the screen. 7. Picks up the dribble to Culley. 5. Back to Miller. 4. Fires a 3. Off the front iron, no good. Portland State has the rebound. 8 seconds left to go in the first half. Into the lane, runner is up. Rimming, no. Offensive board, Miller back up and in. And that's how the first half comes to a close. That was a big swing. And Portland State able to get a late 2 to keep this a one-possession game going to halftime. Boy, it's a good one. It's an early February Big Sky brawl between Montana State and Portland State. We'll step aside. Bobcats leading the Vikings 38-35 at halftime. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, we remind you that the Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites is a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics and the Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. A classic baby race. They've got the youngsters trying to crawl across the floor right now. One of them has tried. The other three have quit. As we sit at halftime, the Bobcats up 38-35. All right, Brian, that was one heck of a half of basketball.
Yeah, that was a really fun half of basketball. You had a total of 13 lead changes, 7 ties, both teams shooting right around 50%. You had 10 made threes, not a lot of free throws, minimal turnovers. You put it all together, and it was just a fun half of basketball. Great competitiveness both ways. You had some guys yelling at officials. Like, what else could you ask for?
Oh, yeah, that was some good stuff. Now, the question here to me, Brian, is can the Bobcats keep this up, right? So Portland State hit 4 of 8 from 3. Cats went 6 of 14. Portland State +2 on the glass in the rebounding battle. 7 turnovers for Portland State, only 4 for Montana State. Cats have Zephyr and Ogbongbolo with 3 personal fouls right now. So that was a great half, but can the Bobcats keep it up in the second half?
Yeah, and then that's going to be the thing, because Portland State's going to turn up the ball pressure. Jed Miller did a great job. He handled the pressure. He contributed a couple of buckets for 4 points, 3 assists. He only turned the ball over the one time when he tried to throw the lob to Colley. But it's going to take a huge effort in the second half. And if we're being honest, Montana State has not been consistent half to half,
right,
especially offensively. They may be defensively, but they've got to be consistent offensively to handle this Portland State team in the second frame.
Yeah, Jed Miller played 12 minutes in that first half, and he's going to log a lot of minutes as we get into the second half. All right, we'll take a break. We're at halftime. Montana State leads Portland State 38-35, trying to get back to 500 in February's first fight Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. And we're at halftime between Montana State and Portland State today. Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness, and it may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. All right, some of the numbers from that first half. Cats shoot 48% from the field, 6 of 14 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Portland State 46% from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. So the Cats had 6 Wendy's three-pointers. Montana State had 7 assists, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. That was 7 assists on 14 made field goals. Portland State had 3 assists on 13 made field goals throughout that first half. 8 points for Pat McMahon to lead the way, 6 for Tyler Patterson, 5 for Mullins, 6 for Garacki. Welcome back to the lineup, Brian Garacki. Miller had 4, Ogbong-Polo had 4, Zephyr with 2, Walker with 2. Keaton Myers had 10 points, and Miller had 14 for Portland State. So Miller's going to have to play a lot of minutes. We'll see how Montana State wants to manage those fouls for Ogbong-Polo and Zephyr. And for Portland State, when they really have just the 2 guys scoring, can they keep it up with everything they have going on?
Right, and that was the problem in Missoula. Those 2 guys carried their load, but no one helped them out. And Henderson, who's our leading scorer on the season, 0 for 1. 1 shot, no points. He's got 3 turnovers. Like, he right now is a negative in the old column. So it'll be interesting to see. Both teams have got some challenges coming out here in the second half.
We'll take a break. More to come after this. Cats leading 38-35 against the Vikings at the half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table. But right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at BigBlueSkyInitiativeMT.com.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
Back at halftime with Montana State leading 38-35 against Portland State. We got about 4 minutes before we get to the start of the second half. Checking in on some of the other scores. The women have won today. They won 85-39 at Portland State. Coach Binford, in her 20th year, has her 20th win on February 1st. Women are 20-2, 10-0 in Big Sky play, coming home against the number 2 team in the conference, NAU, who has the only the one loss against Montana State. So that's Thursday night. Make sure you make it out to the Brick and support the women for that top matchup coming up on Thursday. Around the Big Sky on the men's side, presented by First Interstate Bank. Montana wins 87-59 against Sac State. Montana right now is the hottest team in the league. They're 8-2 in conference play. Northern Colorado dominated Northern Arizona 87-69 to go to 8-1 in conference action with a Monday game coming up. And then they've got Montana on Thursday after that. So another big game out in Greeley coming up on Thursday night. Idaho State defeats Idaho 87-71. Dylan Darling hung 28 points on the board. And Eastern Washington beats Weber State, sending Weber to a 2-7 Big Sky record. Andrew Cook, 27 points in the 72-49 victory. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. Bobcats leading the Vikings 38-35 at the half. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
This game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. Before the start of the second half, the Cats up 3. Let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State leads Portland State 38-35 as the Bobcats try to get back to 500 in conference play, while Portland State looks to earn a rare win in the Treasure State. Just 10 wins all time in the state of Montana since they joined the Big Sky Conference back in the 90s. All right, here we go, Brian. Big second half of the Cats.
Big second half. You love to have a great start. You always want to first 4, last 4 of every half, and these first 4 minutes are big, not only on the offensive end, but how do they match up to handle Myers' penetration? If you put Bryce Zephyr on him, you put him at risk for a 4th foul. Max Ogbonkpolo is the other guy who's picked him up a lot. He's got 3 as well. So it's going to be an interesting look defensively at what the Cats throw at him.
Cordial conversation between Logie and one of the officials who've been going at it all night. Bryce Zephyr out on the left baseline, throws up the top. Ogbonkpolo misses a 3 off the front iron. The Vikings have the rebound, but a round of applause from the coaching staff. Apparently they like that shot.
Good execution. Set play coming out of the timeout, the halftime. Get a good look. Just left it a little short.
Myers setting it up out in the right wing. What a big-time ball game this one is tonight. Myers goes to the right wing. Back up to Myers. Back to Henderson. Down to the right baseline, and Miller lost the handle. It's out of bounds and going the other way. Sam Likelot had the defense.
Yeah, Jace Colburn's telling Myers, you got a guy with 3 fouls on you. Go after him. Put him in a position and force him to guard.
Bobcats with the ball to our right. Patterson working out on the right wing. Bounce down to the right baseline. Thrown up to the top. Likelot on the drive down to the right block. Lost it. Picked up by Walker on the right side. Pivoting. Gives to Ogbonkpolo. 8 to shoot. Ogbonkpolo at 5 to shoot. Throws to the left wing. 4. Likelot breaking it down 2 to the elbow 1. Knocked it out of bounds with .3 on the shot clock.
Yeah, and right there, Portland State shows that defensive effort that they have. Their ability to guard the ball is second to none in the conference, and they showed it.
Zephyr inbounds, and that's the shot clock violation. So Bobcats turn it over, and it'll be Portland State basketball.
Yeah, there's not much you're going to do with .3 right there. Maybe put B.J. Cawley in. Everybody seems to want to throw him a lob.
Adjusting the clock. 18:51 to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading the Vikings 38-35.
Defense is the name of the game coming out of the break here. Cats get a good look on that first possession. They force a turnover on the second, and then Portland State forces a turnover right back.
All right, Portland State going to work now into the front court across the timeline. Henderson throws it around to the left wing. Myers facing up against Zephyr. Takes it to the top of the key. Looking for the post, finds Miller against Likelot, facing up on the elbow, puts it on the floor. Now gets into a posting situation on the right block. Turns into a double team, forces it up, no good. Walker the rebound, good defense by Likelot. Zephyr with the help. Zephyr, clear path to the rack, lefty lay in. They got to stop the ball, especially when it's in the hands of Bryce Zephyr. Cats back up by 5.
Yeah, especially when he's got his left hand going right there. Good angle, good finish. Break this scoreless second half start.
This one matches the largest lead of the day for the Cats at 5, 40-35, 18 minutes to go in the game. Drop off for Henderson out of the left wing late in the shot clock. Runner up in the lane. Good. Whoa. Okay, there's Jalen Henderson with his first 2 points, the leading scorer, and you can see why he's such a great scorer.
Yeah, that was a really high degree of difficulty as he crossed the lane, left to right, put the teardrop up and in.
Zephyr to the elbow. Throws it out. Lecolot has it on the right wing, puts it on the floor, going into Miller, down to the right block. Skip out to Zephyr, drops the pass, recovers. Up to the top, around to the right wing, Walker. 6 to shoot. Walker posting, right block, spins left shoulder, turns off the glass. No! Pinball's out. Offensive board. Lecolot draws the foul on the putback. Miller picks up the foul. Ogbong-Polo tipped it to Lecolot on the offensive rebound, and the Cats earn free throws.
Yeah, I like that play by Ogbong-Polo, getting to the rim. He didn't get credit for anything, but he kept the ball alive. Big Sam's able to get it. Sam can convert a free throw here. He would make all 10 Bobcats who have seen action in the scoring column.
First free throw is good. Both teams with 7 offensive rebounds right now. Portland State overall +1 on the glass, so negligible. Great effort on the glass right now for Montana State against one of the bigger teams in the conference.
No doubt about it.
Next free throw is good. Pair of points for Sam Lecolot. 17:25 to go in the game. Montana State up 42-37. The 5-point advantage, a spot they've hit a couple of times now, is their largest big lead of the day. Keaton Myers with it on a yo-yo strings, leans in with a push shot, left it short, and the rebound won by Sam Lecolot. He just wanted it more. Ogbong-Polo out to the left wing. Drop off, Lecolot to the rack. We got a whistle and a blocking foul. That picked up by Miller. He was in the restricted area. He was set, but he was in that restricted semicircle, which is always going to be the automatic blocking foul. So Sam Lecolot goes back to the line, and Terry Miller picks up his 3rd foul.
Great drop off right there. Bryce Zephyr running the break. He's made great decisions here early second half in transition. Led the one. He got to the rim to score. He gets another one with an open look, and now drop off to Sam Lecolot to get a couple free throws.
First free throw is good. 3 points now for Sam Lecolot, who also has 2 rebounds, so he's crossed over 300 career rebounds. Today is 124th game, a 4th-year senior out of Sheridan, Wyoming, one of the pillars of this program during this three-peat of Big Sky Tournament Championships. 17:03 to go in the game. Lecolot setting it up again. That is good. Lecolot 4 of 4 from the free throw line, the 75% shooter at the stripe. All right, 44-37, Montana State leading. Portland State with the ball, just under 17 minutes to go in the ball game. Myers thought about a lob, just standing tall. Now puts it on the floor, a step in front of the half-court line. Crosses over to the right wing, picked up by Walker, now into the lane. Patterson nearly tied him, now up, a fall-away jumper, airballed it short, out of bounds, and it's going the other way. Boy, that was a flat offensive possession by Portland State.
Yeah, a lot of standing around. Coach Coburn doesn't like it at all and immediately pulls Myers. Going to give him an earful, get him back in there, I guess, 30 seconds at the media and go from there.
Yeah, right now, Keaton Myers is playing 35 minutes a game in Big Sky play. Zephyr turns the corner, kicks it to the right corner. Out to Lecolot at the top. Good patience. Here's Walker. Fires for 3. Off the front iron, no. Offensive rebound by Ogbong-Polo. Out to Patterson. Handoff for Lecolot. Drop off for Ogbong-Polo. Turns the corner, going to the rack. Lays it up, no. Tip back, no. He was kind of anticipating the contact there. Bobcats come up empty, but still with a 7-point advantage. Henderson down to the right block. Hop, stop, floater, off the glass and in. High degree of difficulty again. Jalen Henderson, after a scoreless first half, has 4 in the second.
Yeah, and he's taking over Myers' role right now. As we said,
this pass tipped. Loose in the backcourt. Stolen by the Vikings. Handoff for Henderson. Two-hand dunk. And a little momentum now for Portland State. Back to within 3. 6 points for Henderson.
Yeah, Cats just sloppy with the ball right there. Give up an easy deuce.
Walker down to the left block. Bounce pass along the baseline. Out to Patterson. Right wing 3. Ring it up. Tyler Patterson from downtown. 3rd Whitney's three-pointer of the night for Tyler Patterson.
Yeah, 3 for 3 from behind the arc on the night.
A 6-point advantage for the Cats. Portland State with the basketball. Handoff out on the left wing. Phipps goes up to the top for Minot. Line change coming for the Cats, the next whistle, which will also bring a stoppage. Phipps to the elbow, turned it down, throws to the left wing. A 3 is up, that is short. And Noel has the offensive rebound after Lecolot didn't box out. Given off to Isaiah Johnson. Thrown up to the top of the key. Phipps bounced it down low, knocked free. Brandon Walker reached around and swatted it away. Here comes MSU with the ball. Ogbong Polo head of steam, kicks it out. Patterson again, but an offensive foul. The shot was good, but Isaiah Johnson was there to take the foul and the charge on Max Ogbong Polo. An easy call, and that'll take us to a timeout for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Cats started to roll there, and now they've given away a couple of possessions, and Portland State has the ball with a little momentum after this timeout. 14:46 to go in the game. Montana State leads Portland State 47-41. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Hey, Bobcat fans, your support to the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 14:46 to go in the ball game. Bobcats lead 47-41 against the Vikings. Ogbong Polo just picked up his fourth foul. It's Bryce Zephyr, Brian Garacki, Tyler Patterson, Pat McMahon, and Brandon Walker on the floor. Vikings have the ball.
Yeah, both teams defensively have picked it up in the second half. Bobcats shooting under 30%. They're holding the Vikings to 42%, but they've also forced a couple turnovers. Bobcats have committed 3 turnovers. It's been the free throw line, really, is why the Cats are winning the second half right now. 4 for 4. Sam Leckerlot helping out.
Keon Myers still on the bench. Just got another very forceful few words from Coach Coburn, and all Myers did was nod his head, say, yes, Coach. And boy, Myers will come back in, I'm sure, with his pants lit on fire. There's Farrell into the lane, leans up, no, and a late foul call on Pat McMahon. First foul on Pat McMahon. Free throws coming. Coburn, a throwback too. He's wearing a sport coat, no tie.
He's a sports coat guy.
I respect it.
He's trying to keep the old alive.
First free throw is good. Cole Farrell knocks it down. Obviously, you were coaching in the generation of suits.
Oh man, I hated it. It just doesn't make any sense. I love the fact that they've gone more to athletic type gear.
Free throw is no good from Farrell. Splits the pair. A couple of Big Ten coaches I've noticed have started to wear some suits again. A couple of guys at some of the P4 levels. Of course, their budgets are a little bit bigger and can afford a few more finer threads. Bobcats with a 5-point lead in the ball. Bryce Zephyr throws out to Walker. Hand off for Zephyr. 10 to shoot. Pass, knocked free, recovered, and then stolen. The Vikings take it away, and Jed Miller will come in and check in for Zephyr. Henderson drives and kicks. Phipps turns down a 3, throws to Farrell at the top. His 3 ball is up, bricked it badly to the left. McMahon may have gotten a piece of it. Now Zephyr running the other way, out to Patterson. Transition 3 ball. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Portland State. This is a track facility here at the Brick, and it's certainly looking like it right now. Farrell crosses over into the lane. Off-balance runner, no. Minot with the offensive rebound, but then a foul as Brian Garacki was boxing him out. So Garacki will pick up his first foul.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there. You can't block a guy out when he's jumping up in the air trying to get a rebound. It's a good effort by Garacki. He's given up probably 60 pounds and 6 inches, but Easy call.
Well, and if he had backed off at some point, like didn't look like they were originally going to call it until my knot got shoved out of bounds.
Yeah.
Keon Myers back into the ball game now after a brief and rare respite. Miller hands it off. Myers with his head up. Takes it toward the corner. 10 to shoot. Myers throws into the middle of the lane. Isaiah Johnson makes the catch, leans in, righty layup, no. Garacki has the rebound, didn't pay attention, and Cole Farrell came in from behind and picked his pocket. Miller out to the left corner, a three. Henderson knocks it home, and look out, Jalen Henderson, the Louisiana Tech transfer, is heating up. 9 points in the second half.
Yeah, and Bobcats with just 2 bad turnovers that have cost them 5 points in the last couple of possessions.
Walker against Miller into the lane, leans in off the glass and good. Brandon Walker now with 4 points. 49-45, Cats leading, 12:45 to go in the game, and Jed Miller commits the foul as Keon Myers threw himself to the rim. First foul on Jed Miller. B.J. Cawley checking in.
And you said it. Myers took an earful from Coach a couple times. He came back in. He was ready to go to work and very quickly attacked Jed Miller.
Well, you respect it when a kid takes pointed coaching these days. Myers knocks down the first free throw. Join Champs New Kids Club presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. Miller, Mullins, Patterson, McMahon, Cawley on the floor for the Bobcats right now. Myers with one more free throw in a one-possession game with 12:46 to go. Free throw is no good. Pat McMahon skies for the board. The Bobcats with a 3-point advantage of the ball, going from left to right in what's turning into an instant classic to open up February. Cawley hands off for Miller at the top. Backs it out. Bounce pass to Cawley, right wing. Handoff for McMahon, turns the corner to the free throw line, pulls up, the floater is up and good. Pat McMahon found his spot, took advantage. He's into double figures for the 5th straight game. He's got 10 points.
Yeah, he's got 11 more to pick up in the second half to hit his second half average of late. And Cats may need all of them.
5-point lead for the Cats. Miller pokes it free, and it's going the other way. Chad Miller reaching in and knocking it free. You know, Sam Leckalot before the Cat Grizz game called him a little Rob, a baby Rob, Rob Ford. And seeing just a little bit of that with some of the rebounding from Jed Miller lately. The 2 rebounds tonight. He had 5 on Thursday, and just kind of getting in there and poking that thing away.
Yeah, after giving up 1,000 offensive rebounds to Rob Ford in practice, he knows what it looks like.
Patterson throws over to Miller. Bounce pass down to B.J. Cawley on the right block. 10 to shoot, out to Mullins. Turns to the elbow, down to the right block, 7 to shoot, pivoting. Gets rid of it out to Patterson, 5 to shoot. Patterson turns to the free throw line, stops, pops, jumper, no. Rebound tipped in the air by Mullins. Oh, Mullins just went down hard. No foul call. And we're going to a break. He was trying to reach around and knock it free. He was kind of in the air, got knocked down hard with his back into the knee of the camera operator underneath the basket. And that will take us to a contentious break at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Logie is way out there right now making his case. 11:38 to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 51-46 over Portland State as Coach Logie makes sure he's protecting his player. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. So they did review that last play with Jay Mullins going down. It looked way worse than it was. Probably should have been a foul, but there was definitely nothing else added. They missed it, so be it. And kudos to Coach Logie. Got to protect your player.
Yeah, and at this point, if nothing else, it got Bobcat faithful fired up.
Look at this place now.
It's as loud as it's been in here all night right now.
11:38 to go in the game. 51-46, Montana State leading. Coach Logie slapping the floor with both hands, trying to get one of the bigger crowds of the year up on their feet, making some noise. Bobcats are 7-2 at the brick, trying to keep this thing rolling as they open up the final full month of the regular season. Myers into the lane, off balance, missed it with the right hand. Cawley to Miller as the Cats come the other way, hustling into the front court. Patterson up to Jed Miller, takes it into the lane. Throws out to the left corner. McMahon pumps the three, steps inside, 17-footer, rimming, no. Portland State the rebound. Coburn waving his man around third, coming home. Myers missed the layup, put back by Minot, no, and then knocked free by Cawley ahead to Jay Mullins. It's a fever pitch at the brick tonight. Jed Miller takes a deep breath, 51-46. Bobcats leading with 10:55 to go in the game. Cawley takes it to his left. Gets it out to Jed Miller with 8 to shoot. 7. Miller on the left wing to Cawley. 5. Handoff for Mullins. Triggers a topside 3. Bang! Jay Mullins from deep. Bobcats up 54-46. Their largest lead of the night. And now Miller pokes it free, recovered down low by Noel. He throws himself in the rim, knocked free. Mullins tying it up. We got a jump ball. Minot and Mullins, neither will relinquish. And Jay Mullins sticking his nose into the fray. And now they finally separate the two. It'll be still Portland State ball, and Jay Mullins comes up and pumps the crowd up.
Well, Jay Mullins doing his best to get this crowd involved. He takes a shot on the baseline. Doesn't get the foul, but then bangs a three to put the Cats up. Largest lead of the night, 8 points with 10 to go.
Boy, he was really in traffic. It goes down hard. We're seeing a new side of Jay Mullins, the transfer from Washington State who had started his college career out in California at St. Mary's. He's got a lot of tournament experience. Top side, Henderson misses a three, and Patterson picks up a foul as he was going after the rebound against Isaiah Johnson. And it's the first foul on Tyler Patterson, but you like to see him get into the rebounding fray.
You always like to see your wings in the mix, in the paint, especially on the defensive end. And back-to-back possessions here. Jay Mullins, Tyler Patterson both doing it.
An us against the world mentality starting to brew here at the brick. And Miller draws a foul as B.J. Cawley bumped him on the arm. An easy call as B.J. Cawley continues to evolve. A fourth-year junior coming up from D2. Obviously, he can be great, but still fouling a little bit too much as he gets into these games.
Yeah, he has a tendency to buy every little fake. Good shot blockers know you don't commit to the shot block until the player leaves the floor. He has a tendency to commit to the block before the player commits to shoot.
Miller hits the free throw for Terry Miller Jr., his first point in the second half. He's got a dozen now. Logie is hot. He is most nights.
He has a case there, though. Miller definitely cleared Cawley out without question. The refs let that go and then got him on the backside of it.
13 points. That was Terry Miller, not Jed Miller you're referencing. Full court press now into Jay Mullins in deep. This was the Achilles heel out in Portland last year, and then Jay Mullins uses a timeout. And that'll take us to a break as well for the first Interstate Bank broadcast position. 10:02 to go in the ball game. We got a hot one at the brick. Bobcats leading 54-48 over the Vikings. Hopefully Oh, man. Logie getting pulled back by Coach Payne, and he was right up to the line. All right, we're taking a break. Cats up 54-48. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, it's getting hot enough in here to set off a fire alarm. 10:02 to go in the ball game. Bobcats lead 54-48 against the Vikings. And Brian, I think we're going to see a technical at some point to one of these two benches.
Well, I hope so. It'll make it more interesting. But right now it's a Cat defense. They're held Portland State to 4 for 16 from the field, 25%. Forced 3 turnovers. The offense has done enough, not a lot, but enough to get the Cats up 6, and now with a chance with the ball to make it more.
First time the Portland State Vikings are showing their full court press. The Bobcats had to call a timeout after they got hit with it. Now here comes Patterson. He inbounds over on that far left sideline. Mullins makes the catch, and the Vikings call off the Dogs. Montana State into the front court, leading 54-48, 9:50 to go in the ball game. This thing feels like it's hanging on a razor's edge. Mullins out on the left wing. Turns to the top, throws to McMahon on the right wing. Dribbles to the top, 7 to shoot. Bounce to B.J. Cawley, 5. Cawley gives to Patterson at the top. His 3-ball is up. That's no good. Mullins wins the rebound on the left baseline. The Bobcats get a fresh 20. Boy, Jay Mullins playing some of his best basketball. Now a bad handoff. Cats lose it. B.J. Cawley onto the floor, saves the possession. Alley-oop to McMahon, and he draws the foul down to the right block. Oh, man. What a precarious possession, and Pat McMahon gets bailed out with a high foul up in the rafters, and Pat McMahon has 2 free throws coming.
Wow, that was pretty impressive to almost turn it over 4 times on one possession and end up at the foul line with an opportunity.
Coburn is hot. First free throw is good. If Jace Coburn was an actor in Inside Out, he would be Anger.
Yeah.
He has his hair lit on fire nonstop.
He is mad. And Pat McMahon has 1 rebound from double-double as well. He's had an all-around impact on this one.
That free throw is no good. Rims out. Patrick McMahon with 11 points tonight. Most of that in the first half. Rare flip with a script. 55-48, Montana State leading, 9 1/4 to go in the game. Portland State with a basketball. Defense has reigned supreme since halftime. Terry Miller into the lane. Kick out right corner. Farrell turns down a 3, gets into the lane, leans in, scoops it up and in. Cole Farrell with his first field goal. Now 3 points. 5-point lead for the Cats who have the ball.
Yeah, and the Cats, that's a couple times now they've closed out on guys that you kind of want to encourage to shoot and giving them a lane to drive, and they've made you pay.
Mullins throws to Miller out of the right wing. Comes right around the screen, turns down to the right block, underneath the cup, picks up the dribble, lobs it out. Pat McMahon makes a catch on the left wing as the Bobcat coaching staff reacts. Here's McMahon posting up into the lane, goes up with the right hand, lays it home. Just took Keaton Myers to school.
Pat McMahon is emerging the Bobcats' go-to guy. He is just making play after play over the last 2 weeks.
Nobody's surprised. This is what they hoped and expected out of him this year. A 4th-year junior of eligibility. He'll have another year next year after the injury last season. 8 to shoot. Myers driving a kick. Henderson works his way into the lane with 4 to shoot. Blocked and fouled. Pat McMahon came in with a big old full-handed swing. Second foul on Pat McMahon. 8:05 to go in the game. Bobcats up 57-50 against the Vikings. Really that 5 or 8 point run or whatever it was at the end of that first half has remained the difference in this game.
Yeah, 9-2 run at the end of the first half. Last 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And that does ignore that last bucket by Miller right at the buzzer. But generally that shifted momentum from a close game to the Cats being able to have a touch of breathing room here in the second frame.
Jalen Henderson with his 10th point now at the free throw line. And a guy who really knows how to score. Just 2 games ago against Idaho State, hung up 31 points. He's clipped 20 4 different times. It's Jalen Henderson, the senior, transferred from Louisiana Tech, who also has some JUCO years in his book, so could be a guy that gets some more time. Free throw's no good. Sam Lekelot the rebound. Bobcats with the ball and a 6-point advantage. We get to the 8-minute mark, so a stoppage coming at the next whistle. Jed Miller crouched over the bounce. Gives to Pat McMahon on the right wing. Rips down to the right block, now posting up against Farrell. Back to the basket, shoulder to chest. Turns, steps through. Hacked as he hooks it home off the glass. Patrick McMahon standing in the eye of the storm, finishing it off. He's got 15 points. 8-point advantage for the Bobcats, their largest of the day. Why not? Way out high. Throws to Henderson. Steps up for 3. That's no good. Jed Miller tips the rebound to Pat McMahon, beating the 6'6" Isaiah Johnson for the possession.
Smart play, because he was got no chance to come down with that, but by deflecting it, he creates a possession for his team.
That's the little Rob that Sam Lekelot was referencing. McMahon gives to Miller out of the left wing. Spots up a deep 3. Bang! Oh, baby, Chet Miller. He's filling it out of the left wing, and the Bobcats have a double-digit lead on that downtown dart. Listen to this place. Timeout called by Portland State. A big old hug from Coach Logie to Jed Miller. And the Bobcats, buoyed by one of their biggest crowds of the year, have finally opened up an 11-point advantage. Let's step aside for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 6:54 to go in the game. Montana State 62, Portland State 51. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who'll pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at AdvancedThompsonVision.com. 6:54 to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading now 62-51 after a Wendy's three-pointer from Jed Miller. In Portland State right now, just 5 of 18 from the field in the second half. That's 28% after they shot 70% in the second half on Thursday in Missoula.
Yeah, it's a Bobcat defense is a difference right now, and their ability to keep them out of the paint in that first half. They had some struggles keeping them in the paint, keeping them out of the paint, but they've done a great job here in the second, and that is pushed them to this 11-point lead.
Bobcats potentially turning a corner. Chance to get back to 500 with a victory today, trying to win their 5th out of their last 7. And then they call a foul, and Sam Lekelot didn't like it. He thought he trapped the ball and should have been a jump ball. Second foul on Sam Lekelot. Free throws coming for Keon Meyer. I think a couple of these officials came in with some preconceived notions tonight. First free throw is good for Keon Myers, and it has resulted in a testy game always.
Oh boy, and that replay looks like Sam was right.
And the official was a good 3 or 4 feet away, so he did not miss by much. As the next free throw is no good, but Miller gets an offensive rebound for Portland State. Henderson hangs in the air, misses the first attempt. Second attempt, no. Third attempt, yes. Terry Miller on the offensive rebound finishes it off.
And that's what you got to watch out with this Portland State team. Their athleticism, those tips happen all above the rim as they finally effectively have a 3-point possession.
McMahon turns the corner into traffic, goes to the cup, blocked and fouled. Late whistle, but they got it. McMahon's going to the line. And, I think the coaching staff and the bench as well, they're feeling pretty protective of Pat. The guy they really want to root for, a guy who's been banged up, and a guy who was not getting calls on Thursday against Sac State.
Yeah, and Pat hasn't established himself with the officials of the league that he's a guy that deserves fouls, but I think what they're really upset about is the guy who calls it on one end, he swallows his whistle down there. The other 2 officials both blow it. That's the kind of thing that gets you fired up.
Free throw is good. 16 points for Pat McMahon. Expand on that for me about a guy who deserves a foul call. Shouldn't everybody just be called the same?
Yeah, it's not how it works. Guys earn reputations. Guys get it in their minds that certain guys draw fouls, and when they do that, they begin to get calls. And Rob Ford was a great example of that. Rob Ford got to foul line all the time because officials thought he was a guy who was creating plays.
McMahon hit the second free throw to get to 17 points. The Bobcats with a 10-point lead, 6 minutes to go in the game. Myers swatted away. Sam Lekelot said, "Not in my house." And then the loose ball taken back away in the backcourt. Jay Mullins turns it over, and Portland State has it back. Cats have been a bit careless at times with a few possessions late in this game. Terry Miller, double team trap down to the left baseline. And then Jed Miller steals the pass. Miller needs some help here. He used a dribble, and he gets it to Lekelot near the half-court line.
Good play by Jed. He baited him into that.
Mullins misses a bad angle left corner 3 early in the shot clock with a 10-point lead. Myers takes it to the elbow. Lob into the post. Terry Miller makes the catch. Easy lay-in. He got behind the defense, and an easy bucket for Terry Miller Jr.
That's a big switch there. Jay Mullins takes a quick 3, ill-advised, with 5:40 left, and on the other end, a quick layup by Miller. Effectively a big swing.
Lekelot out on the right wing as we hit the 5-minute mark in the second half. Bounce down to McMahon. Makes the catch underneath. Reverse layup up and in. Pat McMahon getting crafty. So many arrows in that offensive quiver. 10-point lead for the Cats. Down to Terry Miller on a mismatch, and he lays it up and in. Another easy take. Terry Miller chewing up the front court right now. He's got 19.
Not sure why Jed is rolling the ball up 8. He should be using clock.
4:30 remaining in the game. Bobcats up 66-58. Cats with the ball to our right. Lekelot hands off for Pat McMahon, who's been the star. Pulls up at the elbow and came down to the jump shot. Tried to deter or turn down a potential block attempt, and on that jump shot came down before he got rid of the ball.
Yeah, it was really close. He thought he maybe have gotten rid of it, and the worst part, that's the second time tonight, Tyler Patterson's buried a 3, and a whistle and a turnover has caused the 3 to come off the board.
4:24 to go. Don't forget the Bobcats blew a big lead in Portland last year, so there is an axe to grind in this matchup between these two teams. Henderson hands it off for Myers. Crosses over against McMahon. Into the lane, hangs, fires, misses. Mullins the rebound. And the Bobcats come the other way, and the coaching staff putting their palms out saying, slow it down, stay in control. 4 minutes remaining in the game. Hand off for Lekelot at the top of the key. His pass tipped, recovered by Patterson to the right corner, drives the baseline, draws a double, passes out of it. Miller throws inside. Lecolot by himself, lays it home. Jed Miller dealing Sam Lecolot on the receiving end. 10-point lead for the Cats. Crowd coming to life. Logie slapping the floor. Vikings with the ball. Myers into the lane, spins, leans in, lays it short. Lecolot wins the rebound and draws the foul as Minot came over the back, and Sam Lecolot lets out a primal scream into the wooden rafters. Oh, this Bobcat team's got some juice as they approach 500 in Big Sky play for the first time this year. Not done yet. 3:29 to go in the game. Montana State leads 68-58 against Portland State. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. After this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Bobcat Basketball is presented by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. 3:29 to go in the game. Montana State leads 68-58 against Portland State. Brian, this year we've seen so many different combinations on the floor for Coach Logie, and I think we're looking at another new one right now. Pat McMahon, Jabe Mullins, Jed Miller, Tyler Patterson, and Sam Lecolot. Lecolot's playing the 5, Miller at the point. This, right now, this 5 has been really fruitful.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, McMahon's at the 4 spot. But against a team like Portland State who plays 4 guards, what you're doing is matching them up. And then Sam has been your best defensive matchup on Miller tonight. And this group has rolled here for the last several minutes. They've definitely been rolling because both Max Agbankpolo and Bryce Zephyr are available to get back in the mix as they've played well as well.
Yeah, they've had some foul trouble between those two. Deep in the backcourt, full court press. Miller passes out of it. McMahon angling to the near side, picks up 2 defenders, gives back to Miller, needs to get it across, and Lecolot makes a leaping catch with 1 second left on the shot clock before they would have had the backcourt violation. So now the Cats get into their offense with about 15 seconds. Miller pestered out high near the half-court line. Bounce pass to McMahon. Turns the corner. He's going to the rack and attacks the hoop and slams it home. A right-hand jam. Pat McMahon.
Just amazing the difference of Pat McMahon over the last couple of weeks and just becoming so assertive.
And now Terry Miller Jr., a silencer against Sam Lecolot to lay it home. 21 points for Terry Miller. Back-to-back 20-point games. Still a 10-point lead for the Cats. Montana State breaks the press cleanly this time. That was their bugaboo out in Portland last year. And now Miller turns it over as Myers knocked it away. And Myers goes to the rim with a right-hand layup. That's how it happened in Portland. The Bobcats blew a 15-point lead over the final 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's a third time tonight that the Cats have had the ball in the open court and got backslapped into a turnover. Got to take care of the rock.
Cats into the front court now. Leading 70-62, 2:25 to go in the game. Gotta value your possessions if you're Montana State. Would be a massive turning point game for the Cats when they head on the road next week to NAU and UNC. Miller turns up to the top. His pass knocked free, another fly ball turnover. Henderson in transition with a two-hand dunk. That's how you allow a team back in it. Bobcats up 6. They pass ahead. Jay Mullins slows it down. 1:45 to go in the game. Jay Mullins with the dribble up near the half-court line. A white-knuckle finish at the brick. Handoff for Pat McMahon, who's got 21 points. That last dunk, a new career high for the Alaskan Assassin. 10 to shoot. 90 seconds left. McMahon. 5 to shoot. Still at the top. 4 to Patterson. With the dribble on the right wing. 3. Whistle. Timeout Bobcats. Before that shot. Right now 2.2 on the shot clock. We'll see if they add any more. We remind you, Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. 70-64, Montana State leading. They've been up by as much as 12. 1:22 to go in the game. Cats trying to put this thing away, but it's not easy. They are going to look at the shot clock to add some time.
Yeah, the Cats right here gonna need to come up with a good shot, but more importantly, they're going to need to come up with some good defenses. This game has gotten tightened. Back-to-back turnovers by Jed Miller. Unforced errors has led to 2 fast break buckets, and all of a sudden a 6-0 run in a minute 30 makes this game a little closer than it was.
Well, it's been a little bit of whack-a-mole in terms of picking out or knocking down what's been an issue, right? Like some of these careless turnovers the Cats are committing, same thing they did at the end of the Montana game that did in a lot of ways cost them at the end of that contest. Not something we've seen a ton of this year from Montana State, but now it's kind of a new issue you got to clean up.
Yeah, and right now Coach Logie and staff have decided to roll with the guys that got you to this place. Little concerned there's some fatigue there. You know, that's what happens when turnovers occur often is it's just guys get tired and they lax mentally, and then all of a sudden back-to-back turnovers. We'll see what they can do with these 2.2 or more seconds in this possession. If they could steal a bucket here, it'd be just massive.
6-point lead. 24 minutes for Jed Miller, 29 for Pat McMahon. That's the most of the team. Tyler Patterson with 27. But Max Ogbong-Poldo with 4 fouls. Bryce Seffer with 3. That's put them into some of the trouble today throughout this one. But the only double-digit scorer right now is Pat McMahon, who's got 21.
Yeah, it's crazy. Every single guy who's played in this ball game has scored.
On both sides.
8 guys on Portland State, 10 for Montana State, and everybody's got at least a point.
It's been an awesome game. What an atmosphere, what an environment, what effort, what energy, what execution. And the Bobcats with a 6-point lead. And look, Jace Coburn is trying to take Portland State back to heights they have not seen since 2008. And for the Bobcats, they have climbed and climbed and climbed the ladder, trying to bring all these new pieces together and maintain that championship standard.
Absolutely. Right now, minute 22, one of these teams is going to have some significant momentum going into next week. Guys in white want to be that team.
2.2 on the shot clock. Into Pat McMahon down on the right block. Turns, fall away. Jay! No! Shot clock violation. So Portland State has the ball. Down by 6. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the game. But 1 second back on the clock. 1:19 on the clock. 1:20 on the game clock. 2 seconds added.
Which makes sense because you had 2.2 and it was at 1:22 when the clock was stopped. So Cats defense now is where it all lies. Can they get the stops necessary to get over the end?
The defense has been good in the second half. Myers slices into the lane. We got a whistle. Hang on. Jump ball. Yes, sir. Jed Miller got in there and put a pair of hands on the rock. Now the possession arrow sends it back to Montana State, and Jed Miller steps up with one of the big defensive plays of the day.
Well, we said they needed to make a stop, and they did. That's a huge possession right there, getting that turnover. Now they got to take care of the ball.
Inbound to Sam Lecolot, deep in the backcourt. Got to break the full court pressure. Thrown over to the far left side. Mullins, 5 seconds to get across the timeline. Mullins crossing, and he does get it across with 1 second to spare. Boy, that was close. 65 seconds left, and Keaton Myers is forced to foul Jed Miller, who has been one of the more clutch free throw shooters. Not quite at the free throw line yet, though. That was the 6th team foul, so still need one more to get him to the line.
Yeah, 6 team fouls now for Portland State, so the Bobcats are going to need to run another possession. I would imagine Portland State, with 20 seconds on the clock here, might let them play it out. I'd be surprised if they want to take the foul. They're so good defensively, they don't really need to.
Into Jed Miller. 6-point advantage for the Cats. They are playing it straight up. The Cats can take it down to about 40 seconds in the ball game. Jed Miller with the handles, 10 to shoot. Takes it over to the left wing, 7. Steps back, left wing, 3. Take it off the board. An illegal screen on Sam Lekalot, his third, and it's going the other way. With 49 seconds left, Max Ogbong-Polo comes into the game.
Yeah, and that's the right call. I mean, Sam's moving on that thing, but that means Montana State has got 4 turnovers in 4 possessions down the stretch. Not the execution you're looking for.
And now Sam Lekalot with the steal. He had the offensive foul, then he picks up the steal, he draws the foul, and the Sheridan, Wyoming senior is heading to the line for the Cats, up by 6 with 43 seconds to go.
And I guess if you're going to turn it over 4 straight times, you better force a couple turnovers. In the last 2 possessions, Jed Miller gets the jump ball turnover, and right there, Sam sees it as well. It is a little bit easy when you know Myers is just going one-on-one to the hole. I mean, all eyes are on him and can make a play.
Testy game. Free throw is good on the front end of the 1-and-1 by Sam Lekalot. Been the dynamo at the stripe. Now 7 points today.
Cats will be the 3rd team now in league that have been able to break 70 points against Portland State. They have been so good defensively.
Free throw is good. 8 points for Lekalot. Bobcats up 72-64. 40 seconds left in the ball game. Henderson with a straight line drive. Swatted away! Sam Lekalot, the exclamation point, with an emphatic block at the rim.
Big Sam. He has now got 5 blocks. Make that 4 blocks on the night.
Inbounds pass coming for Portland State with 24 seconds on the shot clock. They have to lob it all the way back into the backcourt. Henderson takes it to the elbow, leans in on Mullins, banks it high off the glass. What a finish. Timeout, Portland State. Jalen Henderson getting mauled and blanketed and still banged it off the top of the window for 2. What a second half Jalen Henderson has had. 14 points all since the break.
He has been the difference in the second half, where it was Myers all first half. He's been the guy all second half. And Portland State with 3 guys in double figures, but not a lot else from anybody else. Whereas with the Bobcats, you have 9 guys with 4 points or more. Pat McMahon leads away with 21. No one else in double figures, although that could change with a few free throws here down the stretch.
Man, oh man, what a ball game tonight. This one certainly has delivered. 2 very good teams, Vikings and Portland. Portland State's been good the last couple of years. They just haven't quite gotten over that hump yet. But Coach Coburn looks great. They're bringing in some good talent. This Portland State team feels like a sleeping giant, and they've got one of the better facilities in the conference.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better since they did the remodel a couple years ago. I think right now they might just be a little bit short with some size.
Yeah.
They give up an awful lot of stuff inside and around the basket, even as good as they are defensively.
Cats looking to inbound. 30 seconds left in the game. Into Sam Lekalot. He throws ahead. Tyler Patterson makes the catch and takes it across the half-court line. He's double-teamed. The trap comes. It's knocked free and stolen. Portland State comes the other way with 20 seconds left. They trail 72-66. Terry Miller into the lane. Floats it up and in. So it's now a 4-point game with 17 seconds left after the Bobcat turnover. Just can't make it easy.
Never make it easy.
This is the script that the Vikings fouled last year, and now fouls. Tyler Patterson gets tripped up by Kelsey Phipps. So the Bobcats will go to the line, and they're just on the cusp of putting this thing on ice with 17 seconds left, up by 4.
Yeah, you'd like to see these 2 free throws go down. Get up 2 3-point shots with 17 to go. And then you just can't let them just walk up the floor for an easy deuce, and only use 3 or 4 seconds. You got to get them to burn as much clock as possible, not let them roll it, all those little things.
Patterson's free throw on the front end is good. A guy who doesn't shoot much in his career from the free throw line. That was only his 7th free throw of the season. Doesn't do it much throughout his career, but hits a clutch one there. Bryce Zephyr will check back in. Patterson hits them both. Clutch. Bryce Zephyr in, getting some more ball handlers on the floor. 74-68 Montana State, 17 seconds left.
Now you just got to get them to burn 6, 7, 8 seconds if you can do it.
Keaton Myers takes to the top of the key, accelerates down to the right block, leans in, drop off. Miller lays it in. 11.5 seconds to go, 4-point lead for the Bobcats. Fourth assist for Myers.
Cats with a timeout left if they need it.
Inbound to Jay Mullins on the left sideline. Back to Agbonkpolo, knocked out of bounds, and it's going back to Portland State. Off the Bobcats with 8.6 seconds left, and Portland State trailing by 4 with the ball.
And a quick
review.
review. There you go. Well, like you said, always got to make it interesting.
I mean, look, this isn't good enough down the stretch for Montana State. Now 17 turnovers after really they were doing a nice job holding this basketball and taking care of things early, but Cats are going to have to figure out a way to handle the basketball better down in these late games.
Yeah, it's really painful to have 5 or 6 turnovers in the final 2 minutes of a game that really you should be walking away with. You should have a 10, 12-point lead right now, but it is what it is. So it's defense again. Last 2 possessions, they needed defensive stops. They were able to get them with the Jed Miller jump ball and the Sam Lekalot steal, and now they've got to find a way to get another stop.
Credit this Portland State team, no quit. So they put 9.1 seconds on the clock. Bobcats up by 4. Vikings inbound underneath their own basket. Some late turnovers have allowed the Vikings to keep hope. Inbounds pass coming. Lob into Miller at the right elbow. Working on Lekalot. Turns with a lefty hook. Rimming, no. Fight for the rebound. Miller got it back. Throws up to the top. 3 seconds left. Henderson tries a 3. That's good. We got a 1-point game with 0.9 seconds left. Montana State 74. Portland State 73. Bobcats have to inbound the basketball.
Yeah, you got to catch an inbound strong. And these are those moments where you want an inbounds pass that's going to go up the floor away from your basket. Sometimes some coaches will just throw it down here to the three-point line, and as long as you can get a touch on it, there's just not enough time for the other team to go the other way and get a shot off.
But the key being, you got to touch it, because we've seen that before where you throw it deep, nobody touches it, it's out of bounds, and now you take it back down in that other side.
That's right. Yeah, no doubt about it. But anything that's going away from the basket feels good right now, as long as it's not directly to someone who can just catch and shoot. You just literally got to get it. If you can get it in bounds, you almost just throw the ball up in the air and call it good.
Oh, man, what a night. Bobcats trying to get back to 500, but it is a tough thing to do. And, man, there's a lot of fight in this league. Up and down every night. You're in this league, wherever you are, the travel is hard, the crowds are difficult. Like, you've got so much in front of you when you're on the road in this league, and so many teams in this league fight so hard for all 40 minutes they get.
Yeah, and that's the parity as well. There's just so much parity. Just makes it just brutal night in, night out. Cats just one quick pass from 500, 5 wins and 7, 4 out of 5 wins. Everything is going your way if you can figure out just how to get a touch right here and let the clock expire.
All right, Jay Mullins will inbound with a running baseline. 0.9 seconds left in the ball game and a 1-point lead. Mullins looking to get it in, running the baseline, still looking, and a timeout called by Montana State. Oh, man. I mean, Saturday night, I wouldn't want to be anywhere other than Worthington Arena.
And at the end of the day there, you got the timeout. So unless you have a for sure inbounds, you're not going to take the chance with so much on the line with this last basically second to play. But now you don't have that luxury. Now you don't have a timeout. Now you can still run it and move the baseline, but you have got to get this thing in, not allow Portland State a shot, and the game will be over.
Portland State hitting shots down the stretch. Jalen Henderson, 17 second-half points. Terry Miller Jr., 25 points today. He's 10 of 17 from the field. Terry Miller turning into one of the preeminent scorers in the league. Second straight game, he's put up a career high. All right, 0.9 seconds on the clock. 1 point lead for the Bobcats. Going the length of the floor, looking at inbound. Running baseline for Jay Mullins. Into Sam Leclat. Makes the catch. Throws it up. There's the horn. Ball game is over. Pat McMahon's career high leads the way. And the Bobcats open February with a victory. And the slate is wiped clean. Montana State 5-5 in Big Sky play. Heading on the road next week. They are 8-2 at home. They are 4-1 in Big Sky play in Bozeman. And for Portland State, they came into this week at 5-2. A pair of losses now. They're sitting at 5-4, and they are drawn back to the pack. We'll tell you more about those standings and everything else after a break. We head to the post-game show. Bobcats beat the Vikings 74-73. Montana State 10-13, 5-5 in Big Sky play. Portland State 13-9, 5-4 in conference action. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who'll pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats! Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
It wasn't easy, but it was a win, and Montana State survives 74-73 against Portland State. Took a few years off of Coach Matt Logie's life, but that's all right. Got the win, and that's what matters most. Post-game show is brought to you by the River Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. Cats win it 74-73 against the Vikings to go to 5-5 in Big Sky play. Before we go any further, though, let's pause 10 seconds for network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. Bobcats beat the Vikings 74-73 to win it tonight, get to 10-13 and 5-5 in Big Sky play. We'll take a break. We'll hear from Coach Logie in just a bit. More of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at qdoba.com or in the app.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Back on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Bobcats win it 74-73 against the Portland State Vikings. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, now joined by a victorious head coach, Matt Logie. Coach, congrats on the win. I know it wasn't easy, and that was a grind down the stretch. That late game execution doesn't seem perfect, but you did get it done today.
Yeah, I thought we had some guys really step up tonight. Obviously in conference play, it takes the whole group, and we had some guys in foul trouble early, some guys that couldn't get in rhythm, and I thought Sam Leckalot really stepped up and gave us some huge minutes. Jed Miller stepped up and gave us a huge burst. It was great to have Brian Garacki out there to space the floor a little bit, and then, you can't say enough good things about Pat McMahon. He just continues to play at the level and caliber that we know he can, and obviously there's some things to clean up there with the late game and press break and ball control, but just got to be stronger with basketball, really.
Back to Pat McMahon, it feels almost like in the last 2 weeks just a switch is flipped in terms of his aggressiveness and his confidence.
Yeah. When you've sat out for 2 years, sometimes you got to see it to believe it, and as much as I tell him what I see in him, until you really do it, there's always that doubt, and I think he's broken through that. Couldn't be happier for him, and certainly we need that to continue.
Yeah, no doubt. Another thing tonight that felt like a factor, there was the loose ball around the baseline right in front of the bench. Jabe Mullins goes for the ball. He kind of gets pushed, and all of a sudden the atmosphere in the whole building changed, not just from the team but even the crowd.
Yeah, our crowd was phenomenal tonight. We've needed them all year. They've supported these kids. These kids have stayed together, and we needed that energy in the building tonight. It really keyed us for some big defensive stops, and it takes a village. You said last spring, time to circle the wagons, and we're in this together, 10 toes down.
3,846 at the Brick tonight. Biggest crowd of the year. We know bigger ones are coming. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, Bobcats get the win, 74-73 against Portland State. Sam Lecklot taking pictures with his family on the floor. Pat McMahon, a beaming smile, hugging his family as well. Heck of a win for the Cats. We'll be back with more of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361. World-class physicians, patient care that's second to none, the most advanced technology available. With a scorecard like that, you can trust Vance Thompson Vision to provide you with the best possible options for your vision. From LASIK to cataracts to everything in between, our surgeons and their teams root for their patients with as much dedication as diehard fans do for their favorite teams. Request your laser vision consultation from the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats. Visit VanceThompsonVision.com.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyiinitiativemt.com.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Bobcats win it 74-73. They keep their home dominance. A lot of alumni roaming around. Olmsted, Carter Ash, dapping up Coach Payne, sharing some laughs after a hard-fought one-point victory. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, up next, let's get to our First Security Bank highlights of the game. We can take a listen to those right now. Out to the right wing, down to the baseline. Pat McMahon, pump fake, kicks it out. Garacki, open, top side three. Book it. Welcome back, Brian Garacki. 5 to shoot. Garacki in the left corner. Rises, fires, connects. Brian Garacki with some rhythm. He's got a pair of Wendy's three-pointers in the first half. Here's Pat McMahon down to the right block. Those out to Miller. Lob to Walker near the free throw line. Around to McMahon. He's open. Right wing three. Bring it up. Pat McMahon pats his chest. Well deserved. Having a big first half finally for Patrick McMahon. Cats up 5. Montana State to inbound. Zephyr. Into Miller, left corner, triggers a three, got it. Jabe Mullins for three. Bobcats retake the lead up 27-25, 5:25 to go first half. Miller picks up a crafty rebound, throws to Patterson, who's open. His three, it's good. Tyler Patterson from the right wing, his first three of the day, the 251st of his career, 4th all-time at Montana State.
Walker down to the left block, bounce pass along the baseline, out to Patterson, right wing, three, ring it up. Tyler Patterson from downtown. Third Wendy's three-pointer of the night for Tyler Patterson. 7, Miller on the left wing to Cauley, 5, handoff for Mullins, triggers a topside three, bang! Jay Mullins from deep. Bobcats up 54-46, their largest lead of the night. McMahon gives to Miller out of the left wing. Spots up a deep three. Bang! Oh, baby, Chet Miller. He's feeling it out of the left wing, and the Bobcats have a double-digit lead on that downtown dart. Pestered out high near the half-court line. Bounce pass to McMahon. Turns the corner. He's going to the rack and attacks the hoop and slams it home. A right-hand jam. Pat McMahon. Patrick McMahon electrifying the crowd these days. That's the guy we expected to see this year. And, Brian, some of the questions that we had at the beginning of the year are finally starting to get answered.
Yeah, they really are. We're starting to see this team become who we thought they would be right before our eyes. It's exciting to be seeing it rather than talking about what we think it can be, but they've done it. And if you look at the schedule, 8 games left in conference play. The schedule favors them. They've got a challenging road trip coming up with NAU. It's always hard to go to Flag and win, and then the league-leading UNC Bears. But you come home, you've got the Grizz, you've got Idaho coming in here, Weber State, Idaho State, and then just another trip back to the 2 teams they beat this weekend. So it feels like they've got an opportunity to build it.
Yeah, Bobcats have some momentum now, and a credit to the coaching staff and to the players for sticking to the process through the valleys, and a credit to the fan base as well, continuing to show up and show out as basketball season continues. It was worth the wait. More of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. Bobcats win it 74-73 against the Portland State Vikings. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more.